Activist, pacifist, philosopher, ecofeminist, with which of these names do you feel more comfortable with?
I am all these things, and I deeply resist reducing myself to a one-dimensional woman. My life has been a celebration of diversity and multiplicity. So I like to see myself as a public intellectual who's also engaged in engagement is called activism. I like to see myself as a woman who's passionate about women's liberation as well as about nature's protection, and as an ecofeminist. So I'm all of this.
You are a woman committed to numerous causes. Do you think that your commitment can reach Western societies where individualism sometimes is stronger than solidarity?
I think the West is realizing that the idea of each of us as fragmented atoms, living on our own in isolation, does not generate the levels of security that we need. Security only comes out of solidarity. And as the multiple crises unfolds in the West, whether it be the financial crisis, or the economic crisis, or the social alienation crisis, I think increasingly the recognition that we are connected and our fates are connected will become more and more commonplace even in the West.
What is your opinion on the situation of women in India?
There is no one situation of women in India, and that's something that everyone who knows anything about India knows. On the one hand, Indian women are the most powerful expression of female energy, the deepest self-confidence about who they are, what they live for. And on the other hand, women are also deeply brutalized in India. Both of those situations are real situations for the women of India. My work, of course, is to make sure the violence against women is reduced and the power of women is multiplied.
What do you think that Spanish women can do in favor of the causes that you are working for?
I think Spanish women can do so many things that don't just help what we are trying to do in India, but also help the women of Spain, and along with the women of Spain, Spanish society. I think Spanish women can be very much partners of our work on seed saving, our work on promoting organic. I don't believe in shipping food all over the world, but I think clothing is something we can work on together. As a result of the farmers' suicides, we have started a new campaign called Fibers of Freedom, organic cotton, natural fibers, and I think that could be such an important relationship between women in India and women in Spain. I think food can be a very, very important area. Both work on advocacy, on policy, but also just everyday action to ensure the food we grow, the food we eat, is safe and nutritious and wholesome and tasty.
Mm-hmm. Is there any message you would like to say to those that are going to follow you to our web page in Casa Asia? All those who are going to see this interview?
There have been many relationships between Spain and the rest of the world. One is the accidental relationship that was to have been with India but ended up being with North America. Columbus not realizing there was land between Spain and the wonderful spices that he was seeking in India. I think today's moment in history calls for a whole new relationship between the part of the world that has benefited from colonial arrangements and has continued to benefit from the unjust and unfair arrangements of the post-colonial economic order and world order. And I hope it's the women of Spain who will create a new relationship between Spain and Asia, Spain and India, to build a new world of solidarity, a new world of justice, a new world of equality.